I'm so curious in that vein, like from interviewing different people on your show, is there something really specific about interviewing that has helped you in other parts of your business or in your content or maybe even speaking on stage? I can't remember how often you interview folks on your show.
Actually, to this point, a majority of my episodes are interviews. So I have
Okay.
probably interviewed, I'm gonna try to do math now, um, which creatives we try to get away from it. Um, I would say I've done 65, I think 65 interviews.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Right.
lots and lots of interviews. And I think what's been really helpful about interviewing that has helped me with the rest of my business is that when I'm listening to my guests, and all of my guests are part of my audience, right? It's audience research always, right?
Yeah.
So I'm paying attention in the moment to that person, to what they have to say, to how I can, let that conversation we're having move forward. But then when I listen to it again, I start listening to how does this relate to the other people that
Mhm.
are also my listeners who happen to be my customers, because there is that great synergy. And so then I'll pay attention to also who comments
Yeah.
on the podcast, like who has something to say and what hit them, because again, that's market research. And that helps me understand what are the pain points and how can I build something in another part of my business that might address that pain point. Another thing that I do, and this is me trying to work smart rather than hard. And so, yeah, I have someone I'm going to do this to. So I'm not going to name names, but if I'm going to be on a panel and I have to read all of these people's books because I'm a moderator, you better bet I'm probably going to be asking these people for interviews. Like, would you like to
Yes.
be on my podcast? Because again, saves me time.
Yeah.
Also, what I found is that the the best interviews end up being content that I can teach. And
Yes.
so we're recording this in May, and I'm getting ready to do a webinar for Jane Friedman, and this is going to be coming out after that. But what I can say is that I thought about what are the 4 or 5 episodes that had great content that relate to this subject, and how can I do two things: take these authors' words and use their wisdom to teach these concepts, right? Which
Yeah.
elevates those authors' work. It also helps me spread the word of the podcast.
Mhm.
And it gives people something to listen to that goes alongside it. So we have this adjunct material that they
Yes.
can listen to. So it's like, okay, I'm going to teach you something for an hour and 15 minutes. If you want to go deeper or you want to understand this from a different angle, here are different podcasts that you can listen to that are going to help you understand what I'm doing. And so these are some of the ways that I use it synergistically within my business.